And we're back. SOS from Corvette Karine.
And I'm here too.
A Twi'lek delegation to the Alliance.
Hey, we're going to see a Twi'lek delegation.
Ha! Twi'leks.
Y-wings from Red Squadron will pop up behind the TIEs and attack them.
Or pop up. He likes the word pop up.
This should put you in an ideal position to surprise the Imperials. Destroy all TIE bombers to protect the Twi'lek delegation.
Why were Y-wings? I don't know. This seems to be more of an X-wing's job to me.
A Twi'lek delegation to the Alliance.
This mission recreates a critical moment in the Rebel Alliance's relationship with the Twi'leks. A delegation of Twi'leks had just left their homeworld bound for secret negotiations with the Alliance High Command. Imperial spies had learned of the meeting and planned to ambush the Twi'lek ship en route to the summit. Only a small force was sent to attack the unescorted corvette. The Star Destroyer Avenger dropped out of hyperspace long enough to hastily deploy a squadron of TIE bombers, then abruptly departed. Alliance counterintelligence had learned of the impending ambush, but was only able to send out 2 Y-wings to aid the Twi'leks. Thanks to this timely intervention, their ship escaped, and the grateful delegation soon agreed to join the Alliance. You and your wingmen will hyperspace in behind the TIE bombers to take them by surprise. Destroy them as quickly as you can to prevent them from launching any torpedoes at the Twi'lek corvette. Be sure to use your sensor displays to watch behind you. You don't want to fall victim to the same tactic that you're using. The Twi'lek corvette should reach its hyperspace point in about 7 minutes. Oh crap, there's a Star Destroyer. It's the Avenger. And it's shooting laser. Whoa, Nelly! Oh, Nelly. I took some hits.
Get good. Doesn't appear to have actually damaged your console at all this time.
Nope. But my hull is damaged. Is the yellow on my ship there. So yeah. So let's talk about the Y-Wing. Which was kind of what I was planning for the last mission, but we didn't at all. For reasons.
What about it?
With the history.
Okay, tell me about the history of it.
So, as far as I know, the Y-Wing is an old craft. It was designed by the Republic armies in the Clone Wars. And it was one of the first starfighters to have a hyperdrive built into it.
Okay, I'll stop leaving you flailing and look it up.
And it looked a lot better during the Clone Wars.
Wow. Maybe Wikia could fuck right off. Dear Wikia, get your shit together for mobile. Jesus Christ. Closes the keyboard repeatedly because it decides, oh, I'm not done loading the search bar yet. It's a search bar! How fucking complicated is it?
Don't blow a gasket about search bars.
No, fuck that! So is this the BTYL Y-Wing? Or the BTL Y-Wing by Conesair Manufacturing? It probably is. We're using Y-Wings because of their greater firepower, but they move like a sleepy hut, so watch it. Thanks, Luke. That was a Skywalker quote.
Yeah, but nobody likes Luke. He's the worst Skywalker.
It's true. Cade is so much cooler.
Hell,
Okay.
I'd take Anakin over him.
Y-Wing Starfighter was a fighter bomber built by Conesair Manufacturing. First used during the Clone Wars, during the Galactic Civil War, it was a mainstay of the Alliance Starfighter Corps.
Called it.
It was often used as an assault bomber to attack enemy capital ships directly in conjunction with the later B-Wing starfighters. They're the workhorses of this outfit, I can tell you that. Thank you, Thierry. I don't even know who you are. It looks like I've got schematics up on Wikia, too. Affectionately known as a wishbone to Rebel Alliance and New Republic pilots, I've never heard it called that, the Y-Wing Starfighter was deployed as a fighter bomber, designed to fight its way to its objective, deliver its payload of high explosives, and fight its way out again. The weaponry includes 2 laser cannons, 2 ion cannons, and 2 proton torpedo launchers. An astromech droid, such as an R2 unit, can be plugged into a socket behind the cockpit to act as a co-pilot and manage the ship's various systems. The Y-Wing was a resilient, well-shielded craft, but was slow and ungainly compared to other Alliance fighters. Its deficiencies were partly compensated for by the heavy proton torpedo load it could carry, and its ability to paralyze craft with its ion cannon fire without destroying them. A unique ability until the B-Wing starfighter was introduced after the Battle of Yavin and did it better. In addition to the Rebel Alliance, many planetary defense forces, mercenaries, and pirates fielded the craft. It has a rugged design, but it had some design flaws requiring constant maintenance. It was originally entirely sheathed in an aerodynamic, elegant fuselage, but its high-maintenance nature led to many aggravated maintenance crews getting fed up with constantly having to remove the superficial hull plating and disposing of it altogether. Due to this, many Y-Wings have no hull plating except from the cockpit, exposing the internals in the main hull. Pilots found this would lighten the space frame and keep components cooler, noticeably boosting performance. Just don't even put a case in your computer. Fuck you. In at least one Y-Wing, special features were included which assisted in the event of crashing on the surface of a planet. Inflatable balloons were deployed, which kept the ship afloat in case of a water landing, and the cockpit could be ejected from the rest of the ship and driven as its own vehicle. It's unknown whether this was a standard feature or a customization. Y-Wings, they've always gotten me home in one piece, says Colonel Horton. Horton Song. Despite its shortcoming in speed and maneuverability compared to space superiority fighters such as the X-Wing, or especially compared to interceptors like the A-Wing, the Y-Wing was an extremely durable craft with heavier armor and shielding, making it a favorite among some Alliance pilots during the Galactic Civil War. Also has a larger torpedo magazine.
Nice shot.
It's not a sluggish fighter overall, as its speed and agility exceeded that of its intended replacement, the B-Wing, but its lack of mobility meant that the Y-Wing was not effective as a space superiority fighter. When properly used by such commanders as General Grissino and Horton Salm, Y-Wings would accelerate towards the capital ship targets, relying on their gunners and wingmates in X-Wing starfighters and A-Wing interceptors to distract enemy fighters and the enemy ship's gunners. This would allow the Y-Wings and B-Wings to focus their fire on capital ships. This tactic was similar to the A-Wing Slash, which involved solely X-Wings and A-Wings. There were 3 common designs of Y-Wing, 1 used during the Clone Wars and 2 during the height of the Galactic Civil War, as well as 5 less common variants. I'm not going into this.
That's fine. I just saved the Twilight Corvette. Everything's good. We're just waiting for it to leave.
Okay.
Space. The final frontier.
Wrong series.
Yes. Okay, fine. Get my R2 unit hanging out back there. Also, most Y-Wings actually have 2 seats, but for some reason, instead of a back seat, I have a giant, microwave put there. See, it looks like a microwave.
Well, are you really going to complain? Now I have a way to heat up your burrito.
You take burritos with you?
Space burritos.
Alright, what's the name of you, Corvette? Let's see if we can get close enough before you hyperspace. Ah, damn it.
What's it like to be a failure?
I don't know, you tell me.
Ouch.
Alright, I'm done. Woo!
Mission complete.
We saved the Twilights.
Okay, let's see what the final mission debriefing screen says.
We saved the Kareen and destroyed all the bombers. I got 8 out of the 9 kills. Alright. That was that.
Well, that's over. Bye!